Hey bitches, so, there are a lot of things that cross my desk in a given week, and amid the Swedish penis pump ads and Lithuanian midget porn that normally comes to my front page for some bizarre and inscrutable reason that I don't think I'm going to mention here, there are many things which come up that I would usually like to comment on. However, a lot of the times they aren't really big enough or interesting enough to make a whole video over, so I decided that I would compile all of these together over the last week or so, and just kinda toss them out in a series of shorts and see how everyone liked it. Because there's a lot of shit out there that needs to be gone through. Students at the Western Washington University crashed a meeting of the Board of Trustees in February to demand accountability for the so-called violence enacted on their campus. Grievous violence that I'm certain involved many spitballs and frowny faces being tossed around in the general direction of black students. The students demanded that the school's trustees come before a student assembly and accept accountability for the situation, and were flummoxed and astounded when none of the board trustees did in fact come to the students' assembly meeting to subsequently take the aforementioned accountability. Because apparently they thought they actually would. Which shows just how good a college education is these days, I suppose. The students later on released a document in March with a list of demands written out by their student activist community, the Assembly for Power and Liberation, which totally does not sound like the name of a supervillain organization from a Cold War era James Bond movie.
I'm a member of Spectre.
Spectre?
Spectre. Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, Extortion. The four great cornerstones of power, headed by the greatest brains in the world.
Among the demands made by the students are the hiring of 10 new faculty members, to be paid somehow by some money somewhere, who are all subject to review and approval of the student group. To go along with this, they also insisted on 45 grand to go toward paying students to do, quote, decolonial work, unquote, which I'm not sure what that actually is, but I'm guessing it's SJW code for ha suckers. And I'm not kidding here, 50 grand to throw a party. Well, these are still college kids. A second demand is for the institution of an Office of School Transformation. This office will employ a group of students to continually monitor racist, anti-black, transphobic, cis-sexist, misogynistic, blah-de-blah, all other types of oppression on campus. Well, I say all other types of oppression, but strangely enough, anti-Semitism and misandry are not included on their list. This group will possess the power to not only discipline students, but to discipline and investigate the faculty members themselves for microaggressions. Professors who do not maintain appropriately safe spaces can be held under investigation, even if tenured. And a third and final demand was that the university create new rooms and buildings, all separated based on one's cultural identity. So, to recap, this student activist group wants to give themselves the power to investigate, monitor, and gather information on everyone in their school, force everyone to adhere to their ideology through threat, and if they find that you are not doing as ordered, they have the power to discipline and ruin the careers of the school government leaders. Holy shit!
A terrible catastrophe now confronts you. However, it can be avoided by paying a tribute to our organization, amounting to 25% of your respective countries' annual oil purchases. We have accomplished two of the functions that the name Spectre embodies: terror and extortion. If our demands are not met within 7 days, we shall ruthlessly apply the third: revenge.
When I said that before, I wasn't fucking serious. Where's Sean Connery when you need him? A recent CNN report states that he for she is teaming up with EA in order to convince gamers to sign up for their little gender equality initiative. Oh, Emma, my poor dear, stupid little Emma. EA? Seriously? EA? You teamed up with a company that has consistently been regarded as the worst, most hated, and most unethical company in the gaming industry to try to sell yourself to gamers. That's just fucking adorable. In the interest of promoting this, EA launched an in-game challenge on Star Wars Battlefront servers in which it asked its audience to commit to take action against gender bias, discrimination, and violence to bring the benefits of equality to us all. And by that, of course, they meant they want to make rich white women just a little bit richer and a little bit whiter. So now gamers have yet another reason to boycott EA, for those who weren't doing it already, over Mass Effect, Dragon Age, or Origin, or any of the other 50 shitty things EA does before most of us have had our morning dump. And feminism gets to ally itself with an asinine collection of douchebag egotists that bugger up everything they try to get involved with. Okay, another asinine collection of douchebags. Disney is set up to release its new animated princess film Mona come this November, this time dipping their turgid rabies-infected rodent erections into the ink of Polynesian culture. And the social justice crowd, not to be outdone in the erection-dipping competition, has already told us why the new movie is problematic. Pictured here, you see the titular character Mona standing next to quirky Disney supernatural sidekick 28-6, the demigod Maui. Clearly, you can see the horrific attitudes on display here. After all, it's insert current year, and we're all modern people who care about equality and justice. But just in case you're one of those oppressive, uneducated, and bigoted pieces of shit who lives in the real world, I'll explain it to you. Maui is clearly depicted as being overweight, and according to Jenny Salisa, a politician in New Zealand, of course it would be New Zealand and Australia are like feminist Alabama, this displays a negative stereotype of Polynesians and is not acceptable. It is disappointing that Maui, one of our beloved historical ancestors from hundreds of years ago, who was a very strong man and a skilled navigator, is depicted to be so overweight in this kids' movie. By the way, did I mention that a few weeks ago the Mayor of London banned an advertisement from London Transit, and in fact all advertisements from London Transport, that display unrealistic, aka fit and sexy, body images, because that's not intellectually inconsistent at all. So, thin and sexy is unrealistic, and needs to be banned because it might affect someone. Overweight is a negative stereotype, and needs to be banned because it might affect someone. But we need to show diverse body types, because if we don't, it might affect someone.
Well, now I've seen everything.
The obnoxious thing about this is that Maui isn't even fat. He's massive, but he's not fat. He's barrel-chested. He has a weightlifter's build. And that chest looks like you could smack a space shuttle into it and he'd laugh it off. I mean, come on, he's like a big fucking human Hulk. He looks like he crushes bowling balls in his palms. He is a monster truck that walks like a man. Or demigod in this case. This is not fat, it's massive powerlifter build. Just a slightly cartoonish version of one because, you know, it's a fucking cartoon. God damn it, these perpetually offended little crybabies can't even get what they're complaining about right. These are the people who are completely convinced that they're going to be the ones to lead the world into a new age of enlightenment. Ugh. In conjunction with their release of the shitty Ghostbusters movie, Sony has also taken to producing a shitty game as a shitty tie-in. Set to be released on July 12th, a whole 3 days before the actual movie is supposed to come out, those who shell out for the Ultimate Bundle will also receive a free digital copy of the movie, which I'm sure will be a great incentive for people to buy. Giving out a free copy of a universally panned movie with a game that already looks like it was slapped together in 3 weeks by a collection of autistic orangutans in order to boost sales, that's a guarantee to work. To the game's credit, it will star a team of 4 new rookie Ghostbusters, be set after the events of the film, and comes with the original Ghostbusters costumes to be unlocked as well as redesigned traps and gear. So, just to be clear here, they're making a game tie-in for the movie where they stripped out the movie's cast as playable characters, didn't set it within the movie's plotline, and changed the outfits and designs from the movie to look more like the original. Yeah, I think that pretty much says it all. Now this could just be the cynic in me, but I'm guessing that Sony is going to use this little giveaway to artificially prop up the digits of how many movies they sold when it comes time to run the numbers for the accountants. However, according to a recent interview with Tim Rothman, this is an awesome development that will work out great for them. When asked how he felt about the recent online bashing of the movie, he had this to say. "It's the greatest thing that ever happened, are you kidding me? We're in the national debate, thank you. Can we please get some more haters to say stupid things?" Oh, I see. So, this is a bonus for them. Well, there you go. They were just pretending to be retarded all this time, and we stupidly fell into the Machiavellian machinations. Their plan to make loads of money by dropping the projected earnings to $45 million on a movie that cost $150 million to make. Wait, Well, obviously, with all the massive hype that they've generated, they're going to clear up on the merchandising end. Huh. What was their plan? Oh well, at least they can't fuck up the soundtrack. I mean, you have Ray Park Jr. to work with, after all. Nobody could fuck up his awesome work.
Seeing things running through your head.